Hello there, and welcome to the channel. I've fallen in love with growing my own microgreens right here in my kitchen. It might sound complicated, but I promise you, it's one of the easiest and most rewarding things you can do. Today, I want to walk you through this simple process, step by step. We're going to take a little bit of soil, a few seeds, and turn them into something beautiful and delicious. So grab a cup of coffee, and let's get our hands a little dirty. We're going to break it all down, from picking the perfect seeds to that satisfying moment when you get to harvest your very own greens. It's a small project with a big payoff, and I can't wait to show you just how simple it is to bring this little bit of farm-to-table magic right into your own home. Let's get started. Step 1. Alright, the first step in any good story is starting with a strong foundation, and for our microgreens, that foundation is the seeds. It can feel a little overwhelming when you see all the options out there, but don't you worry. We're going to keep it simple and start with some that are known for being easygoing and full of flavor. For beginners, I always recommend starting with seeds like radish, broccoli, or sunflower. Radish seeds are fantastic because they grow so quickly. You get that near-instant gratification that's so encouraging when you're trying something new. They have a wonderful peppery kick. Broccoli microgreens are packed with nutrients and have a milder classic brassica flavor. And sunflower shoots. Oh, they are just so hearty and delicious with a nutty taste. They're a real crowd pleaser and make you feel like a pro right from the get-go. When you're buying your seeds, look for packages that are specifically labeled for microgreens or sprouting. This is important because these seeds haven't been treated with any fungicides or chemicals that you wouldn't want to eat. You're looking for pure, natural seeds, ready to grow. Think of it as sourcing the best, most authentic materials for your project. Starting with quality seeds is the first promise you make to yourself for a beautiful, healthy harvest. Step 2. Now that we have our beautiful seeds, it's time to prepare a home for them. Just like any good design, the structure matters. For microgreens, you don't need anything fancy or deep. We're looking for shallow trays, maybe an inch or two deep, with good drainage holes at the bottom. This is key. You don't want your seeds sitting in a puddle of water. They need to breathe. You can find these trays at any garden center, but you can also get creative and repurpose things like old Tupperware or takeout containers. Just be sure to poke some holes in the bottom. Next up is the soil, or as I like to call it, the cozy bed for our seeds. You want a growing medium that's light and airy. A good quality potting mix is a great place to start. Look for one that's fine and doesn't have a lot of large wood chips or debris in it. Another wonderful option is coconut coir. It comes in a compressed brick, and you just add water to expand it. It holds moisture beautifully while still allowing for good aeration, which is exactly what these little seeds need to get a strong start in life. So, take your tray and fill it almost to the top with your chosen soil or coir. You'll want to gently level it out with your hands, but don't pack it down too tightly. We're aiming for a firm but gentle surface, a welcoming space for the roots to take hold. It's about creating an environment where they can thrive, giving them the best possible chance to grow strong and healthy. This little bit of prep work makes all the difference. Step 3. This next part is my favorite. It feels so hopeful and full of potential. We're going to sow our seeds. The key here is to create a nice, even blanket of seeds across the soil. You don't want them all clumped together in one spot, and you don't want big empty patches either. Think of it like scattering beautiful, tiny confetti for a celebration of new life. You want a dense, even coverage. This will give you that lush, carpet-like look when they all start to grow. So, take your seeds and begin sprinkling them evenly over the entire surface of the soil. I like to use my fingers to get a good feel for the distribution, but a shaker jar can also work wonders, especially for very tiny seeds like broccoli. Don't be shy with it. For most microgreens, you want the seeds to be quite close together, almost shoulder to shoulder. This density is what helps them grow straight up towards the light. It's a community of seeds, all helping each other reach their full potential. Once you're happy with your coverage, we're going to gently press them into the soil. You don't want to bury them deep. The goal is just to ensure good contact between the seed and the soil. I use another flat-bottomed tray, or even just a small piece of cardboard, to press down ever so lightly across the entire surface. This simple step helps the seeds anchor themselves and absorb the moisture they'll need to germinate. It's that final gentle tuck-in before they begin their big journey. Step 4. Now that our seeds are all tucked in, it's time to give them their first drink of water. For this initial watering, we want to be very gentle. A heavy stream of water can dislodge all those carefully placed seeds. So, a spray bottle or a mister is your best friend here. You'll want to mist the surface thoroughly, making sure all the seeds and the top layer of soil are nicely damp, but not swimming in water. We're aiming for the consistency of a well-wrung-out sponge. After that first good misting, we're going to create a little blackout period for them. This darkness tricks the seeds into thinking they're buried deep in the soil, which encourages them to germinate and push upwards searching for light. It's a crucial step for strong uniform growth. You can do this by simply placing another tray of the same size on top, creating a dark, humid little greenhouse. If you don't have a second tray, a piece of cardboard or even a dark kitchen towel will work just fine. For the next few days, this is their little world. You'll want to check on them once or twice a day. Just lift the cover and give them another light misting to keep the surface moist. You're creating a perfect little microclimate of humidity and darkness. In just 2 or 3 days, you'll start to see the magic happen. Little white rootlets will emerge, and tiny stems will begin to push up that cover. It's a quiet, powerful transformation happening right there in the dark. Step 5. After a few days in the dark, you'll lift that cover and see that your seeds have come to life. You'll have a forest of pale yellowish sprouts all pushing upwards. This is the moment we've been waiting for. It's time to introduce them to the light. This is when they'll start to photosynthesize, turning from yellow to a vibrant, beautiful green and developing their true leaves and all that wonderful flavor. It's like revealing the final design after all the foundational work is done. Now, you don't need a fancy professional setup. A sunny windowsill is a great spot for your microgreens. They'll want several hours of direct sunlight each day. You might notice them leaning towards the window, so just be sure to rotate the tray every day to encourage them all to grow straight and tall. If you don't have a great sunny spot, or if you're growing in the winter, a simple grow light works wonders. You can find inexpensive LED shop lights or specific grow lights that will give your greens all the light they crave. From this point on, it's just about watching them grow. You'll switch from misting to watering the soil directly from the bottom. Just pour a little water into the bottom tray and let the soil soak it up for about 10 to 15 minutes, then pour out any excess. In about 1 to 2 weeks from the day you sowed the seeds, they'll be ready. You'll know it's time when they've developed their first set of true leaves and stand about 2 to 3 inches tall. This is the final, beautiful phase before we get to enjoy the fruits of our labor. And just like that, you have this beautiful, living harvest right in your own home. Look at that. It's more than just food. It's a story that started with a tiny seed and, with a little bit of care and intention, became something that can nourish your family. There is such a deep sense of satisfaction in cutting those greens and knowing you grew them yourself. It's about connecting with the process, finding beauty in the growth, and bringing that life and freshness right to your table. It proves that you don't need a big farm to have a farm-to-table experience. This whole process, from choosing the seeds to this very moment, is a reminder that the best things in life often come from simple, humble beginnings. It's about nurturing potential and having the patience to watch it unfold. Every time I harvest a tray of these greens, I'm reminded of the beauty in creating something with my own 2 hands. It's a small act that makes a house feel more like a home, a place of life, growth, and good things. So I hope this inspires you to give it a try, to get your hands a little dirty, and to bring a little bit of this green magic into your own space. It's a simple project, but it has a way of grounding you and bringing so much joy. Thank you for spending this time with me today, and please give us a like and subscribe to the channel for more gardening tips. From my home to yours, happy growing.